I'm Bill Conklin with Tips for a Happier Life. We continue today with the fourth of 5 components for well-being as outlined by Dr. Marty Seligman, the father of positive psychology. Here are the components thus far: pleasure, engagement, also known as flow, and positive relationships. Today, let's focus on meaning. Some people that seem to have it all. You look at them and you see someone who is attractive, confident, and capable. Maybe they earn a good income and have all kinds of things you'd like to have. They may seem friendly and appear to have lots of friends. Indeed, some people have all the appearances of having it all together. You know what? Sometimes life is easier to navigate for some. Perhaps they were born into ideal conditions, and as children they were able to benefit from these conditions. Perhaps they came from more modest means but worked hard to achieve what they have. Perhaps they're just lucky. But after more than 20 years of counseling people, I can tell you definitively that sometimes things are not as they seem. You may have an idea of what I'm getting at here. I'm sure you can think of someone as an example. Someone you know who has it all together on the outside, but is struggling on the inside. Here's a recent example. Junior Seau was a star athlete at Oceanside High School in San Diego, California. At Oceanside, he earned his varsity letter in football, basketball, and track and field. He played tight end and middle linebacker, 2 essential positions on the football field. During his senior year, he was MVP of his league and led his team to the state championship in their division. He was recruited by and played for the University of Southern California. After an inauspicious start, he earned his varsity letter during his 2nd and 3rd seasons at USC. He won All-American honors in 1989. Junior left college after his 3rd season and was drafted in the 1st round by his hometown San Diego Chargers. He went on to play 20 seasons in the NFL. He was considered a passionate leader for every team for which he played. He was selected to the Pro Bowl for 12 consecutive seasons and led the 1994 Chargers to Super Bowl 29. Junior had the dark, handsome looks that belied his Samoan heritage. In addition to his football career, Seau owned a restaurant and had his own clothing line. He appeared on television and radio sports programs and established the Junior Seau Foundation. Seau married in 1991. He and his wife had 3 children and divorced in 2002. Despite the end of their marriage, Junior and his wife remained close and partnered well as parents. Everyone remembered Seau as jovial and enthusiastic, a very positive influence on those around him. Despite a 2010 allegation of domestic violence, he was not said to have angry outbursts. He had no reported history of concussions during his football career. Yet, on May 2nd, 2012, Junior Seau committed suicide at his home in Oceanside, California. His mother had spoken to him earlier that week. She noticed no difference in his demeanor. In fact, no one is quite certain what happened. Now, the fact is, I don't know what happened either, and I'm not going to pretend to know. But it's difficult to imagine someone having more going for him than Junior Seau. Here's what I think is important for us when we consider such tragic stories. First, things are not always as they appear. So far, no one has detailed what Junior Seau was going through emotionally in his final days. Let's commit to paying attention to and checking in with one another, even when it seems as though things are just fine. Second, it's hard to imagine someone taking their own life if they have a solid sense of meaning. Whether we realize it or not, life is much bigger and much more important than we are. Now, this can be disappointing in that perhaps we don't matter as much as we think we might. On the other hand, and I think even more powerful, it means that we fit into a massive and ultimately more important entity. Please think about it. You were meant to be here. Out of all the possibilities, you came into being. You are part of creation, a product of the entire universe. I believe that from the beginning of time, God willed all of this into being. It was his intention for you to be here right now. All history has led up to you. You are here for a reason. Now, what could be more important than that? That said, what I think doesn't really matter. It's what you think that is important. Many people find meaning in their faith life. We are said to live in the Bible Belt. In fact, there are approximately 200 churches in Hamlin County. Each week, thousands of people attend services as a means of staying in touch with their faith. Now, research shows that people with an active faith life are happier and healthier than those without specific spiritual beliefs. Still, many people are not in church. For one reason or another, a faith community is not part of their life. Whether you go to church or whether you don't, I want to invite you to open up to a consideration of what is really important in life. Now, if you think meaning is found in the acquisition of material assets, you are wrong. Now, we all like stuff, but money and the stuff it can buy cannot bring meaning, with two possible exceptions. Money spent on experiences with loved ones is money well spent. The quality time involved in a family trip is likely to lead to an increased sense of family cohesiveness, happiness, and deeper meaning. The second exception is this: money spent on others. Multiple studies have shown that money spent on oneself leads to less happiness than money spent on others. Giving to charitable organizations and for other meaningful projects count here too. The theme here is surprising. We can feel better by acknowledging that it is not all about us. Life is more meaningful when we realize that we are part of this massive creation, the life force that envelops our family and beyond. By coming to know that we are part of this massive entity, our role within it is even more important. It's a paradox, right? We become more important by realizing that we are less important. We're important because we are connected to others, to life, to creation, and to God. So here's today's tip. Take as much time as you need to think about what is meaningful for you. Is it raising children? Is it being the best husband or wife you know how to be? Is it leading that team at work? Is it something that will drive our economy and make others' lives easier? Is it helping others advance toward their dreams? Is it as simple as gardening or caring for creation in another way? Whatever fills your heart, whatever makes a positive difference, take time to see the meaning in what you do. Feeling the flow of this process and the deeper meaning behind it will make you happier. I promise. I'm Bill Conklin for Tips for a Happier Life. Thank you for your time.